Hey everybody, this is Alex Merced, and I figured, hey, let's do some more Java. And again, if you know JavaScript or you know most programming languages, a lot of this stuff is mostly straightforward. Okay, so let's get rid of this for now. Actually, I want to try something. See if I can do this. I want to see if I can just create a variable called print and make it equal system.out out.println just to save myself some time. Okay, so let's try that out. Print hello world. Okay, let's see if that works. Nope. Let's see here. So give me an error that oh, I have to use quotation marks. Double quotes. Hello world, and I should probably put a semicolon here too. Okay, because single quotes in like Java, C++, that's referring to single characters, so that's what's complaining about. And let's see here. This is a not symbol, print line, print equals cannot find symbol, print line location. Understood. Just do a quick search on this. Signing a function to a variable in Java. Is this a thing? I hope so. So ways if you pick a function, takes one argument, produces one result. Okay, let's try that. Runnable. And see if that gives me what I want. Nope. Cannot find symbol. Saying it there. System. I have a feeling I have a typo. Print line. Well, I'll just let it go. I'll see if I can figure out how to do that later. I'll just have to type it out the long way. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to create a variable. So boolean my bool equals true, because first I just want to show if statement. So we're going to say if my bool, if it's true, we're going to print true. And else, if it's false, then we'll do system.out.println false. Okay, save. Now let's, right now it's true, so should log true. Okay, and see it came out as true. Good. Actually, I don't really need this anymore. Now let's see if I change this to false, so we can see that again. The way an if statement works, just evaluates whatever's here, if it's true or false. If it's true, it does this. If it's false, it'll do this. Okay, just your traditional if-else statement. So if I change this to false. Okay. False. Okay, pretty straightforward. Now for a loop. Okay, loops are pretty straightforward as well. Just your traditional for loop. I won't go over a while loop for this. While. Okay, so it'll just be, let's say, I equals 0. Okay, you always have, you initialize your sort of counter variable. Then we're going to say we want to loop as long as I is less than 10. And then on each go around we'll increment I. So we'll add 1 to I. Okay, and then we specify what we want to happen on each loop. So we're going to do system dot out dot print line I, or I. Okay, and then hopefully should print the numbers 0 through 9. Oh, semicolons. Okay. Where cannot find symbol, print line I. I guess it wants me to do this. Int I have to be explicit. And there we go. Okay, 0 through 9. Okay, so that works. Again, the idea is that we create a variable that starts at 0. We say, hey, keep looping until we hit 10. But don't loop when we hit 10. It's up to 10. Because it's anything less than 10. And at the end of each loop, add 1. Because that's what these two plus signs mean. It means add 1. 2 minuses would be subtract 1. So that's a for loop. Then let's show like a switch statement. So I'm going to do is create a variable called a string called name equals Bob. There's the variable. And then we're going to do a switch. And the way a switch usually works is we are testing a variable against several cases. Okay, so then it would be like case Bob. And we're going to say system.out.print line hello Bob. Then you would put a little break. Okay, and again we gotta put some semicolons. Then a new case. Okay. Case Steve. So if the name was Steve, we're gonna have system.out.print line hello Steve. Okay, and then again we want to have a break. And then we have a default case, which will just say system.out.print line who are you? Okay, so right now string name is Bob, so it should match this case. So it's going to do this code. So now when I run this, I should just get a hello Bob. And where did I forget a semicolon? Right here. Okay, because again, Java is a compiled language, so it's going to compile it first. So it won't run a portion of the code and then throw me an error. There's no runtime errors. They're compile time errors. So basically, errors that would happen later on in the program will still get caught before I ever am able to run the program. So that's the difference between like a compile time error in compiled languages like Java, C++, Go, versus runtime errors, which are more typical to interpreted languages like Python, Ruby, JavaScript, etc. Okay, let's run that again. Hello Bob. Now if I change this to Steve, so now we say name is Steve, I get hello Steve. And if I were to change this to Carol Danvers, Miss Marvel, say who are you? Because it's not one of the names in the switch. So that's how a switch works. It can be useful, especially for like making games. So now you know how to do a for loop. You know how to do a if statement, and we know how to do a switch. So that's pretty good. And last thing I want to do is talk about arrays. So arrays are like, what if I want to have like many strings? So not just one name, but several names. An array is something that would hold multiple values. So I would do string, curly brackets, so that means an array of strings. So as we see here, an array of strings. And we're going to say names equals, and then it would be curly brackets, and then we put in the name. So it would be like Bob, Steve, Carol. Okay, so now I've created an array. system.out.println. Let's see what happens if I try to print out the whole array. So we'll print out names, semicolon. Okay, see, and again, it's printing out an address. So that's a memory address to where that array exists. So what I want to do is print out an individual item. So I would do something like, the first one is always 0. So I want to print out the first item in the array. Okay, and then the second item would be 1. So that's going to be Steve. Cool. But what if I wanted to print out all of them? This is where a for loop can be really useful. So I can do like this. For, I'm going to say int index, just to be explicit, index equals 0. So we're going to start with the index is 0. That's the first index in the array. Okay, and we're going to keep doing it till, oh, that's a good question. How to find the array's length in Java. As much as the default to JavaScript. Okay, let's see here. Oh, okay, it works the same way as in Java, so that works. Easy, I mean JavaScript. JavaScript has the same property. So index, names, so basically long as index is less than names.length. Okay, and then each time we will do index plus plus. We'll increase that index value by 1. So now what's going to happen is that each time we're going to print out system.out.println. Okay, and we're going to print out is names at the index of the current value. So the first time it's 0, then it's 1, then it's 2, and it should print out all 3 names. Error expected. I forgot a semicolon right there. As you can see, I am not good about these semicolons because I've spent too much time with JavaScript and Python. Okay, there we go. Bob, Steve, Carol. Okay. So there we go. So we've learned, one, how an array works. One other thing is, let's say I did not want to declare the specific values of the array there. I could declare an array with string and just be like string 3, and I think that should specify the number of values that are in the array. Okay, and let's see what happens if I run that. I should just get a bunch of blanks. String 3 cannot find symbol. Okay, let's just refer this real quick. Over here, where was it that I was looking at? New data type. Oh, I see. I would want to do new string 3. And see, it's null. I created an array with 3 spaces, so that's what this does. Even if I don't need to put information in there yet, it exists. So I have this array with 3 spaces. Now arrays in Java are fixed. So if you need more spaces or a smaller array, you'd have to create a new array with the adjusted amount of space. So just keep that in mind. It's not like JavaScript where it just shrinks and grows as needed. So that's an introduction to arrays, ifs, switches. So we'll leave it at that. I'll see you guys in the next video.